I'm so goddamn hungry right now. I think I might have to go grab a snack or something. I can't hardly concentrate.
construction. Well, there weren't any people on the roof.
Can you share that with us? Can you take a screenshot and put that on YouTube?
Yeah.
Change your profile picture when you do. Okay. Like upload it to your profile picture so we can see and then let us know.
Okay, all right. It'll take me a while because I'm not really, but yeah, I totally forgot about this until this conversation. All right, I'll go try and do that.
Can you sage? Get yourself some sage and figure that out of your window.
Oh, I did. I saged the hell out of this place.
I like how everyone's really, really invested in this topic.
So what's the topic? Like supernatural occurrences or something?
Yeah, ghost stories or supernatural stories that you've got.
Okay. I want to hear UFO stories.
I have one.
Yes. Is anyone an alien? You got my crazy one about the Greys, and they tried to enter my body while I was asleep. There was a presence in my room at 2 a.m, and it entered my dream. And inside my dream, it paralyzed me. And inside myself, I said, "You must leave my body. You are not welcome here." And I woke up. I threw it out of my body. And I was in the darkness, but I could see it clearly across the room. It was frightened and afraid, and it was a gray, shadowy figure. It was a gray alien. And it looked at me with complete fear because it knew it wasn't welcome, and it knew it was completely, intrusive. So I looked at it, and I said, "You must go. You're not welcome here." I shouted at it. It was freaked out. It went side to side, and then it literally phased through the wall. And then I looked at myself and my cat, and I was like, "Holy fuck. I cannot go back to sleep now."
Next Independence Day, you're leading the charge.
When did this happen? Was this a long time ago?
A couple of years ago, like 4 years ago.
Holy shit.
And then recently in Topanga, crazy enough, the baby Greys did the same thing and was like, I didn't scream at it. It happened so quick.
Paranormal activity.
It crawled on my body like a baby Grey was crawling. And it was a full moon, and it was like a baby Grey attacking me at the night. I was like, "Oh no, they're back for revenge." And this is true. I'm not making this shit up.
Wow.
The Greys, you gotta be careful with them. They get attached to your soul, and you gotta cleanse.
So how do we know this is Justin speaking about the Greys?
Or you gotta do some karma.
Wait,
what's that?
We don't know if this is Justin speaking.
We can't take it anymore, man.
We don't know who's who now.
No, this is true, dude. I can tell you from experience, this was not a dream. This was like reality, dude.
Oh, the way you just immediately started talking about it, I thought you were joking. Like I thought you were trying.
Hell fucking no! This is a true story that I experienced. I'm not even kidding you. I saw the figure. It was a shadowy, faceless. It was like a thin gray person. It was a shadowy figure trying to seriously possess my body, and I would not allow
Slenderman
it.
style. Slenderman.
Not Slender Man.
It was
Are the Greys the ones with the big heads?
Yeah, the big heads and eyes.
How do I get a video shot?
Screen on your phone or screenshot?
So I'm
in my profile.
No. So take a screenshot of the ghost, and then upload that picture to your profile picture.
Virginia, you cracked me the fuck up, you know,
Oh my god.
I'm like really into this shit.
Yeah, you bring the energy all the time. I thought yesterday it was just some really good vibes, some positive vibes, but I see this energy is just unmatched, unchained.
So I'm a
Have those ever actually killed anybody? Like, do we ever have stories of people actually being harmed by ghosts?
Yes.
No, I don't.
I mean,
Really?
like ghost experience, possessed people. Yeah, I mean that's good stuff.
I mean, I'm a lifelong atheist. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in a spirit, or I don't believe in the supernatural or anything. But
Are you pressing on your phone? Are you viewing it on your phone or computer?
Yeah.
they won't let me
Which
talk.
one?
I've got just the image of this thing.
On your phone?
Yeah.
And are you using an iPhone or an Android?
iPhone.
Okay, so then which iPhone?
There's no Android one. I don't know what it is.
Does it have a button? Does it have a button or not?
It's a new one. It's got.
Yeah, so you don't have a.
Okay. So you use your up volume button and your power button, press it together.
They rather try to get her to up. She's trying to upload a picture of a. She says she has a picture of a ghost that she's trying to upload. So everybody's rather help her load her ghost picture.
Patience.
I want to see a ghost picture.
I can't wait.
Alright. Who just said that they had a story of ghosts killing somebody?
Oh, so there's a couple. One that is really freaky, and it's whether it's a ghost, a demon, or whatever. Because if you're into that kind of like supernatural range, there's different levels to this. There's poltergeists, there's demons, there's residual hauntings, and then there are like cognizant hauntings. So one creepy story is there's this chair, and you can Google it, and I'm not sure of the name, but is a chair that anybody who's ever sat in this chair has died. Like within 20 hours.
I heard about that.
What?
That chair is at the Ed and Lorraine Warren's museum. That's where it's at.
Oh, I thought it was in Click now, but that's so cool. Yeah, so it's a chair that just like Google like I don't know, paranormal murder chair, and you'll probably find it.
How many people have sat in the chair? I mean, I'm serious. You said everybody who sits in the chair has died?
Yeah.
So how many people have actually done that?
That I am not sure of, but it's cool
Just
that
one.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Thomas Busby is going to die if you want to look it up.
Yeah, how can everybody who sits in his chair dies? That's because everybody dies.
Yeah, do you see it? I've got a whole video of this thing walking across.
of the chair.
No.
What?
The ghost.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
jeez,
whole-
that's serious.
That's not somebody outside walking.
It's not shadow.
That guy is not a person.
It's a cat.
Yeah.
It's a cat.
So it's not shadow.
That's a great.
It's sure it's not a cat.
Shadow. It looks like
I think that's a cat.
It looks like a peacock's head.
Yeah.
It looks like this. Hey, Virginia, it looks like you taking a photo and it's your shadow.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll send you the video.
You should put it on Instagram.
But if she was doing a video, it wouldn't come out like that, right? I
It's a
mean,
cat.
The video, this thing walked across.
wait, I want to see the video.
Well, how
Did you upload the video to your Instagram story?
Does it happen every day at the same time?
No, Jesus.
Virginia, it looks like a peacock's head. Or like
That's a back profile of Cookie Monster.
But how often does it happen? I'm very curious. Like,
Who said
is there a
Pokemon?
timeline on this thing?
I
Show
don't
up
know.
randomly.
I've seen it once.
so it happened at 2:39 p.m. because that's obviously when the screenshot.
Is that in the house or outside the house?
It was at what time?
2:39.
Oh.
Yeah, November 5th, 2020 in Manhattan.
Yep.
Oh, we're getting closer to the answer here. Hey,
Looks like you got a fan.
Instagram.
Okay, so I should just put this thing on Instagram?
Yeah.
The video?
Yeah.
Just put in your stories. Virginia,
Put it in your stories. So
Yeah,
you don't
put the video on there.
Okay, I can figure that out.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't believe me.
You're about
If you're in Manhattan, it's probably a pigeon.
Yo, I had a paranormal encounter, and then like somebody,
It looks like Bigfoot.
Who's that Pokemon?
yo, somebody else corroborated my story after I did though. That's the craziest part.
What?
I saw some shit in my bedroom one time, and I thought it was like an animal. I thought it was a bat or a bird or something, and I thought so much that it was an animal that I actually called animal control. And by the time they got here, there was no signs of anything in the room. So after a while, I thought maybe I was just hallucinating. I didn't tell anybody that for like days. I talked to that same morning. I called a friend. I was like, "Yo, there's a bat in my room." Then once I didn't find a bat or a bird or any evidence of any kind of animals, I just kind of left it alone for a day or two. Then I talked to a friend and I was like, dude, I saw something. I saw something. I really did see something. So maybe if it wasn't an animal, maybe I fucking hallucinated. And so I went through this whole process of trying to figure out how could I have visually saw something without it being there. And like a week later, my girlfriend was over. I didn't tell her because I'm weirded out by this shit. I said there was a bird in my room. So a week later, my girlfriend is over. I'm in the shower. She's in the bathroom. I thought she left out the bathroom, and I hear a sound. I'm like, yo. And she was like, yes, I'm in here brushing my teeth. I was like, oh, I thought you left out. She was like, oh, you scared of ghosts or something? And I was like, well, why did you say that? She was like, I saw something in here the other day. I'm like, what did you see? And she described the exact same thing that I saw, and I didn't tell her that I saw that at all.
You got a spirit in your house, dude. You got a spirit in your house, because that happened to me when I was on a shamanic journey in Peru. That same black bat figure that's interdimensional comes out of a portal from nowhere, but it's attached to your energy field, so you gotta either eradicate it or tell it to leave or do something, but there's a presence there that you need to take care of.
Yo.
You think that could be tied to vampires?
No, it's not. It's a spirit. It's just an energy orb that is attracted to you.
And that's what it was like. It came out of fucking nowhere.
Justin in here.
I work with shamans all over the world, and we do this type of work all the time. And I personally exorcised a demon out of a friend in South Africa who was having seizures and being racist, but it wasn't his true nature. It was crazy. Like, I had to put a cross over his neck and a Bible in his hand and eradicate the demon. This shit's real, as crazy as it might sound, but if you believe and you have the power to the spirit world, you can really do some good or do some evil. It's your choice.
And see, my whole disposition is, once again, I don't believe in. I've never believed in anything supernatural, spiritual, religious, or anything like that. So that shit had me way the fuck up. Like I was all the way messed up, bro. Like for real.
There are some stories which I know which are really horrific and I cannot share with you. But the thing is, right, it's good to have an open mind. It's good to have an open mind because it's good.
We share everything in this room.
This nigga. I'm just to the point where I don't mind talking about this shit because it's been months ago and I haven't seen the same thing yet. But I swear to God, bro, like, this was before my girl moved in with me, yo. And I smoke and I wear glasses. But I'm telling you, I broke down my whole self trying to make sure, like, what factors could have played into this shit. Okay. But it was the first thing in the morning, as soon as I woke up, bro. As soon as I woke the fuck up. So, I'm not under the influence, I'm not intoxicated, or I'm not under any type of mood altering substances. I always get up early in the morning. I'm an early bird. I'm up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. You guys already know that shit. This morning, it was a work morning, so I'm getting up early so I can hit the gym before I go to work, just like any other morning. I did nothing different. The night prior to it, I did nothing different. I didn't get drunk. I didn't try any new kind of drugs. I did nothing out of the ordinary. I came home, I did my thing, I went to sleep, I woke up in the morning. Yo, that morning when I woke up, I'm in the house by myself, slept in the bed by myself, so I sleep kind of still sometimes, so I'm on one side of the bed, and nobody's over here. This whole side of the bed ain't even disturbed. So when I hopped up, stood up, all I really had to do was, like, on my side of the bed, just throw the covers back, and that shit would have made, just pull the covers back. But I had one pillow at the foot of the bed. I pulled the covers back with this hand, like this. Then I reach, I grab the pillow, and then all I was going to do is take the pillow and toss it to the head of the bed with the rest of the pillows. I pulled the cover back, I reach, I grab the pillow, I toss the pillow, and bro, like, when the pillow hit the bed, it was like that's like I disturbed whatever. That's why I thought it was a bird or a bat or something. The pillow hit the bed and something fucking flew up. Like I can't tell if it came off the bed or from beside the bed. Okay.
Want breakfast for dinner?
Sure. I had breakfast for dinner.
I figured it's 5 now, so I was gonna order from the Turkish restaurant. They're fairly quick, but
Who?
that Turkish place.
They got good food,
I
but
was gonna order from them, but well, it probably will be about the same amount of time. But I was just gonna run to the store right here and grab some peppers and come back and start cooking.
whatever.
Yes, I was asking if you wanted. They got these wraps. They got like a lamb wrap. They got like rice.
I don't like lamb like that. The only time I like lamb is when Tamar cook that shit. However he
Their
grill it.
food is good though. I don't.
Yeah,
really
but I done
feel
had
like
the
everybody's
gyros
eating
and
it.
lamb gyros. It don't be tasting right to me.
You got their gyros?
I haven't. No. I rather have. If I eat lamb, I want to like
I mean,
a
they
lamb
have
chop.
they have lamb chops too.
Them shits are expensive at the restaurant though. If you're getting lamb chops,
It's-
you might as well just buy it and cook it yourself.
$28 if you want.
Yeah, I don't want lamb chops that bad. I don't want no damn gyro. I don't know. That should be tasting fake or something.
So, do you need something else from the store? So I'm trying to figure out, because I was just going to make breakfast, because that's quick. Some
Yeah,
pancakes, eggs, and I don't know.
that sounds good to me. And bacon. You know?
Yeah, I can get some bacon that's already thawed
If you put that bacon that's on hot ass water now, by the time you get back, that shit'll be thawed.
And I'm going to be in this grocery store for a minute. Even if I'm getting 2 items, I'm going to be in a damn line all goddamn day.
Yeah, that shit'll be thawed out. Yo, but yeah, so I took the fucking, pulled the covers back, grabbed the pillow, tossed the pillow, and bro, soon as the pillow hit the bed, now I got a queen size bed. I'm on this side of the bed. This shit flies up from the opposite side of the bed, and like so, damn. I should have put my fucking, yo. I'm gonna start another stream on my phone. I'm about to show y'all this shit. If y'all, I gotta describe this shit, man. Let me see if I can start a stream, and tell me if y'all can come in a stream if I start it on my phone, yo. All right, yo. We live on another channel, yo. Go to the next live, yo. Y'all come in here, so I can describe this story to y'all better, yo. I can't believe I really about to talk about this whole shit though, cause I ain't never really. Like I said, I ain't tell a lot of people this fucking story, yo. Let me know if y'all. Let me know if y'all can find this other live stream. All right, there y'all go. Yep, we out. Boozy in it. Yo, Juice, Bronx, Plop. Yo, all y'all come to the new chat, to the new stream, yo. So I'll go show y'all this shit, how this shit happened.
Oh yeah. Easy. Easy. Boy, this goddamn house full of that shit, nigga.
All right, I'm off of this one. Yeah, but that's a true story. And that shit still feel weird when I tell that shit. Like, I think back and that shit just seemed like my imagination. And I ain't gonna lie, yo. For like 2 days after that shit, bro, I ain't sleep in the dark. Hey, you call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. Call me what. One night I slept on the couch, nigga. Fuck that. And this bitch by myself too. Lights on, playing a PlayStation. You know what? I just right now I don't feel like going upstairs. You know, I don't feel like going upstairs, and I'm sleep on the couch tonight. Not because I'm scared to sleep in my room with the ghost, nigga. Fuck that ghost. I thought I heard something. Man, my speaker ain't never made that noise before. I'm not telling ghost stories, not a speaker want to make a funny noise. The ghost trying to talk to me through the speaker or something? Oh man, I can't have this.
It's like I have Northern European bullshit genes. These motherfuckers from Kenya, you know, is a whole different thing.
For sure, it's really interesting that the cradle of civilization, which is where all human beings emanated from Africa, has the best genes. Yeah. They have the best athletic genes. When it comes to like physical performance, there's no denying.
The Biafra Coast, I mean, like Nigeria and that area, that's of Senegal. Mm-hmm. Bring up Senegal. Bring up that what's that wrestling they call
I know what you're talking about.
Grillo on Fight World did. He went to Senegal. He goes, dude, 6'6". I mean, they all look like that's what the NFL is made up of. And that guy who wrote the Sports Gene, Richard, I think, Sports Illustrated writer, said the fastest people in the world come from that part of the world, the Biafra Coast. That's where Jamaica, that's where the slave trade had gone, and they came from that area. So you can actually isolate the genes. There you go. Lambda.
Oh, wow. This is interesting. They're like pawing at each other.
Oh, bro, and they're all giant.
Why are they pawing at each other?
Huh? Because they punch and they wrestle and they do high-level Greco shit. Watch this.
This is punching too?
No, you'll see. Watch this high-level Greco shit. They throw.
Senegalese Wrestling in Dakar Championship.
Beautiful.
It's La Lutte is the title of the video.
Yep.
LASPACE Senegalese Wrestling in Dakar Championship.
Now they're working for position, and if you see some of these guys, you see what their bodies look like. It's so ridiculous. Like they live on fish and rice. I mean, Frank went there. It's so poor. And he said, you just see dudes where you're like, well, if I had a body like that, I would never wear clothes.
So I don't understand what they're doing here.
They're just getting
coaching.
They're just getting position. Whoever gets thrown. These guys are rock stars in Senegal.
Okay. They need coaching.
No, you'll see. No, they punch.
Let me tell you something. Cain Velasquez shoots a power double on these motherfuckers.
You
on the
just,
back of the
sir,
sand.
I'm going to ask you to.
No, that's true.
Sir?
5 minutes. I skipped ahead 5 minutes.
Skipped ahead 5 minutes. They're still
because they're waiting to get position.
Hold, bro.
It's like sumo, dude.
This is nonsense. Oh, exactly. It's nonsense.
No, excuse me.
A little inside trip.
Oh, there you
punch.
go.
Oh, they're punching each other.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, shit.
Dude, this is serious.
Oh, shit. They're punching from the clinch.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
This is fighting.
Oh, he has to adjust his headband.
Yeah, you got to always adjust your headband.
Oh, Tom. What are they doing time?
Time.
That's it? That's the match?
No, maybe not.
I'm confused.
Hold, keep going. Well, there's got to be a better one. You got to see the heavyweights. The heavyweights are
the championship. I figured.
Maybe just listen. You're really into it because it's foreign.
Sir,
that's possible too.
I'm telling you, I've seen some incredible Lambda.
Those dudes are playing patty cakes, bro.
You will respect Lambda.
Okay, let's see another one. Kickboxing world champion. Oh, go to the far right one. That one. Okay. Here we go. Now we'll see what's up. Kickboxing world champion challenges Senegalese wrestlers. Who is the kickboxing world champion?
It's like a documentary.
That's
super. I don't care. I want to see who it is.
No, it's not like I gotta find the fight.
Oh, is it like an hour long?
Yeah, there's like all sorts of stuff going on here.
Who is this kickboxing? Oh, he's like
they're Sufi Muslim, so they're
hanging out with them.
Very, very spiritual.
What's the kickboxing world? Okay. Orline Duarte. Orline Duarte. French mobile kickboxing, Muay Thai, and Shotokan karate champion. Okay.
Sounds like me.
So it looks like he's learning from these folks. Yeah. I don't think he's really challenging them. Okay, let's see what happens in the. There we go.
Look at my man right there.
Instead of staying still. What does it say? Instead of staying still. Just let it go. Let's see what happens here. They're wrestling?
Yeah.
Oh, so they're wrestling, but what?
It's all
basically. I want to see that dude back up a little. I want to see that dude, the kickboxing guy, interact with him. There we go.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, let's see.
Throws.
Okay, they're just teaching him how to throw. Oh, they're teaching him some technique. That's kind of cool that they do on the beach, though. That's smart.
That's a duck under right there. It took his back.
Yeah.
Standard wrestling.
They know some wrestling technique.
Wrestling is, you can make the argument that wrestling, would you say that wrestling is probably the best thing you could ever do coming up if you want to get into MMA? Like to have that base?
Yes. I think wrestling is the most important sport.
Yeah.
Exactly what we need to be hearing now. This isn't pull yourself up by the bootstraps. This is common sense. First time. This would be my first time ever reacting to Thomas Sowell. Judging by the title of the video and judging by what a lot of you guys have been telling me in the comment section, it looks like this fellow gentleman is going to be rather very interesting, okay? The reason why this is going to probably be the most interesting video or the most interesting thing I've seen for a long time is because we look at people like Tom McDonald, Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, a lot of the people I've already had on the channel, right? When white people call out a specific thing or call out black people on something, they're called a racist. But what happens when a black man does the same thing? I'm assuming you call them like an Uncle Tom. I'm assuming you call them a sellout, right? So we are going to get straight into this video. And as always, I'll let you know my thoughts on afterwards. Let's go.
When I grew up in Harlem in the 40s and 50s, I never heard a gunshot.
Black subculture preventing. Okay.
Let me read what you say in your preface. You say, let me state here And now that these essays do not mean, 1, all Southern whites were or are rednecks, 2, all black Americans today or in the past were or are black rednecks. One cannot predict, you write, much less forestall all the clever misinterpretations others might put on one's words. The most that can be done is to alert honest people to the problem. Black rednecks, who are they?
These would be blacks who came out of the Southern culture and who carried that culture with them north into the urban ghettos, into the ghettos of the South for that matter. And who have not moved out of that culture since. Over the years, both blacks and whites have moved away from that culture. But in the poorest and worst of the ghetto areas, there are lots of people who have not. And these kinds of, it's a culture which didn't do whites any good. And it's certainly not doing blacks any good today. And the tragedy is that people regard this culture as somehow the authentic black culture, and therefore you're not to interfere with it.
You may not fall in love with who you're voting for.
I'm proud to be a bartender. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far.
I hated that.
From where I started from.
Black English is considered not quite proper English. On the other hand, if blacks happen to have all the power and own all the corporations and whites were working for them, it would be the other way around.
There was a period, I'm trying to remember now, I believe it was in the mid-70s, when substandard English began to become viewed as a discipline of its own within linguistic studies and so forth. And for all I know, it was all perfectly legitimate that certain speech patterns would be traced back to various regions in Africa and so forth. And this is a language of its own. It has its own validity. But your argument would be, I don't really care what its validity is. It's holding people back. It's preventing them from participating in the wider society. Is that right?
Absolutely. And also, none of these things went back to Africa.
Oh, is that so?
No, you can. Yes, they did not go back to Africa.
Oh, really?
If you look at the piece, for example, using the word axe for ask and stuff like that, all of that goes back to the South, and it goes back to the parts of Britain from which white Southerners came. So if you trace calling hog entrails chitlins, that was in a certain section of Britain, the section from which whites moved into the South, and they were known as rednecks and crackers in Britain in centuries past before they ever set foot in the South. So the whole thing is as phony as the $3 bill.
In Intellectuals and Race, you cite an observation by the intelligence expert, IQ scientist James Flynn, that just stopped me cold. After the Second World War, you've got large numbers of American troops remaining in Germany. For that matter, there's still several tens of thousands there today. And both black and white American soldiers had children with German women. And Flynn discovered that those children growing up in Germany showed no IQ differences at all. The black kids and the white kids, the same. Professor Flynn concluded that the reason that the offspring of black soldiers in Germany grew up in a nation with no black subculture, close quote. Which means what? Which means they experienced exactly the same expectations. Is this the...
No, the expectations are external. The culture in which they grew up was not the culture in which black kids grew up in America today.
So they had...
There's no gangster rap. That was pervasively available in Germany.
So here's what I'm getting. There is something about black subculture in America today that holds African Americans themselves back?
Yes, because that very same subculture held whites in the South back as well. That in the time this mental testing in the First World War turned up, among other things, the fact that whites from 4 or 5 southern states scored lower on the mental test than blacks from 4 or 5 northern states. And so it really was a question of the subculture that was there, which was a handicap to both. Wow. I could go on for days about the social degeneration, but let me just one quick example. When I grew up in Harlem in the 40s and 50s, I never heard a gunshot. Now, I'm sure someone fired a gun somewhere in Harlem, but it was not such a pervasive thing that you had to hear it. You know, I have relatives in Washington. I asked them the same question. People in my generation.
Growing up in Washington, D.C.
Yes, and low-income black neighborhoods. Did you ever hear a gunshot when you were growing up? And the answer was no. I have relatives in North Carolina. I asked the same question. No. And now, you know, people in housing projects especially, they put kids, some of them, to bed in bathtubs so that they won't be hit by stray bullets in the night. I take it for granted that there's crimes, tremendous levels of crime and violence in the black community. That was not always the case. In the 20s, it was very common for white celebrities, including George Gershwin and William Faulkner, to go up to Harlem not only for entertainment places, but to go into private homes of people they knew. And Gershwin played Rhapsody in Blue and this home where Walter White lived. Milton Friedman, when he was a graduate student at Columbia, he and the lady he later married would go dancing at the Savoy Ballroom in Harlem. And he said we had no fear of being mugged or accosted on the street or anything like that.
I've heard you say, Tom, when you were a boy growing in Harlem yourself, your own neighborhood felt totally safe to you.
Not totally safe to you. I wouldn't exaggerate, but it's nothing resembling today. I mean, I did sleep on hot nights. I would sleep out on the fire escape. When I tell people in Harlem that today, they think I'm Nellie Galsey, you know. But that people slept on the fire escapes in New York and in the public parks in the 30s, all over the city, because it was not a jungle. And you could run through a great number of other things. Children raised without two parents present. That was about 22% in 1960. One generation later, it was 67%, and it's gone up a little since then as well. And now the rate among whites is higher than it was among blacks in 1960.
Right. Why it's hard for blacks to move out of the culture. One, white.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I can't do this.
Black people are being slaughtered in the streets, killed in their own homes. These are our brothers and sisters, our friends, our family. We are watching them die.
How do you define a white liberal?
Those kinds of people who have the kinds of attitudes that are called liberal in the United States, although the word is misused, those people have created an atmosphere in which these counterproductive cultures are to be celebrated, perpetuated, and the consequences overlooked. It reminds me of a scene in the Blue Max where this general is encouraging this daredevil pilot to do all kinds of wild stunts, you see, knowing that the guy is going to kill himself if he keeps doing this, and therefore the general will be rid of a political problem. Now, I don't think that the white liberals are doing this deliberately, but I think the net results are the same. They are cheering blacks on and doing things that are absolutely self-destructive.
Black leaders, a.k.a.
One of the things I discovered in the research for my book I'm currently working on is that leaders of groups that are lagging in countries around the world almost invariably have counterproductive policies for them. And it makes perfect sense because insofar members of lagging groups assimilate into the values and achievements of the larger society, they don't need those leaders. I mean, there's no mystery to me as to why Jesse Jackson says what he does, or Al Sharpton and others, because that benefits them, but it does not benefit the people they lead. And all the incentives are for leaders to lead people into things that don't help the people, but help the leaders.
Well, you create there would be an exception for Dr. King, though, wouldn't there?
Yes.
But he was different because he was earliest, or what? Why? What's different about it?
It's like insurgent movements in general. When an insurgency starts off, by definition, it has an uphill battle. Now, and you can look at the history of Christianity, for heaven's sake. If you're going to be a Christian in the Roman Empire, you know, before in the first century, you had a lot of grief to go through. Now, but after Christianity becomes the official religion of the Roman Empire, this is a bonanza, and there's a lot to be done. And so now you will follow policies that are the opposite of what you advocated. You would see that with all kinds of other insurgent movements.
Somewhere, watching this interview, there's a young Thomas Sowell. There's an African American who's smart, and wants to do something with his life. It seems to me we've already got one piece of advice you'd offer to him is stay away from the racist industry. Stay away from the race hustlers. What advice would you give a young Thomas Sowell? How do you make something of yourself?
Enlighten me.
As an African American in America today.
The way anybody else would. You equip yourself with skills that people are willing to pay for.
Yo, that ended perfectly. You know what that exactly reminded me of? That reminded me exactly of the Kathy Newman Jordan Peters debate. Equip yourself with skills, certain characteristics, and certain attributes that are going to draw you and draw other people around you. This is exactly what the black community needs to hear. Now, this isn't to say that like hip-hop or rap is inherently wrong or is inherently evil, but it's the messages, and there is some provocative sense within these mediums of music, such as rap and hip-hop, that a lot of the African Americans, I mean, yes, there's other races that do the same thing, but specifically, this is just specific to the African American community right now. A lot of what this really just boils down to, MLK, the content of one's character. If you are willing to succeed in life, if you want to succeed, if you want to get ahead, if you want to do everything you can to make the best life for yourself that you can do it, regardless of skin color. And so when we see these white liberals and these people pretty much shaming themselves, well, I'm sorry, it's almost a sense of self-justification for the cycle to continue. That cycle is not taking responsibility for the things that black people are in control of. I know people will be like, well, you're using the pull yourself up by the bootstraps argument. Everybody has privilege. And you could say the whole power, privilege, prejudice thing that white people have. Look, I don't care. If you really want to go and make something for yourself, you can do it. Yes, there are certain things that you are going to have to fight twice as hard at. But you have to understand that's still no excuse as to why you cannot get from point A to point B. I want to be judged on the content of my character, but I think what people don't realize is that looking at the liberal side of things, in their attempt and in their quest to achieve what MLK said, they're actually defying everything that MLK said. How are we going to judge on the content of character if we're focusing on skin color? Skin color has nothing to do with the content of one's character. So I'm guessing if you're born white, you're inherently born with racist tendencies, or if you're born black, you're inherently born with tendencies to steal, to kill, to rape. I mean, come on. But by the very same logic that the liberals hate, they're using, but they're saying that this is for social justice, this is for equality. Everything is so upside down, and Thomas Sowell, this is exactly what we need to be hearing right now. This isn't pull yourself up by the bootstraps, this is common sense. This is, hey, you want to get ahead in life? This is what you have to do. Everybody has privilege, but don't tell me that white people are the only ones who have the ultimate power, the ultimate privilege. How long do you want to keep using that as an excuse as to why you're in the predicament that you're in? It's almost saying like, you know what, because I'm in this predicament and because this is the way things are, I'm going to continue to sit here as I'm just sitting idly by, playing victim. Come on, guys. This is when people have to get real. This is when people have to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I can't do this. Skin color and content of character, two completely different things. And for the people saying that they do understand MLK's message of that, but at the same time they're perpetuating the various social justice ideologies which are very race-based, then you don't get it. These are the things that people don't understand. And if you were to have a white person say exactly what Thomas Sowell said, you best believe the hate would come his way. It's not even a joke. And you know it's the truth when people are getting upset. There's going to be people that will say you're an Uncle Tom, or you're this and you're that, or you're more fortunate. I'm more privileged than a lot of black people. I'm more privileged than a lot of white people too. I'm living in Silicon Valley, Bay Area. I live right in the center of all the tech companies. I grow up with a father who's an executive manager of an engineering company in the Bay Area. I would consider myself pretty privileged, but I'm sure there's some white people who are watching this right now that didn't even have that growing up. Does that mean that they're oppressed by me? Or does that just mean I was privileged by my own sort of privilege? But it had nothing to do with skin color. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I'll be looking forward to reacting to more of Thomas Sowell. This was an excellent video. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll be posting more videos soon. I'll see you in the next video.
Yo, Trippy. Yo, Graves. Yo, what up, guys?
To Uncommon Knowledge. Be sure to join us
My
on
dad
Facebook
is
at
manager at a tech company.
facebook.com/UNC Knowledge. You can submit questions, comments, suggestions.
That's what's up, bro.
Today, economist Thomas Sowell, a fellow at the Hoover Institution and the author of such classic...
This is exactly what we need to be hearing right now. Exactly what we need to...
I already listened to that lecture a couple days ago before he listened to it. But he just gives reactions. Oh, so you think you're free? English. Enough reaction on to fake woke, whatever. I saw Biden's speech and now I'm afraid for the country. So black culture is a problem. Ben Shapiro's first movie? Ben Shapiro's in a movie? Yo, he has the weirdest fucking voice, yo. Like, I listen to him, but, yo, his fucking voice is annoying. Alright, Ben. Alright, Ben. I hear you, bro. God damn. Put some fucking bass in your voice, nigga. What's wrong with you? Anyway. So I might subscribe to this dude channel. What is this? Let me see, what's the name of this shit again? The Conversation. He has a lot of followers. He has 23,000 subscribers. 9,000 views on this video. Oh, he's gonna react to a George Carlin. I might like this dude. He just listened to Thomas Sowell. Now he's listening to some George Carlin. Yo, George Carlin was my fucking man, yo. That was a goddamn dude, yo. Nobody can fuck with that old head, yo. That motherfucker crazy. Yo, you know what? I'm about to violate everything I love. But I don't know. I could delete the damn video. But I got something. Somebody told me not to show nobody. But I want to show somebody. Where that shit at? No. Go. Nope. Nope. Damn, how far back that shit? Yo, we have so many fucking messages in our group chat. Holy shit. Okay, this is it. It says don't share, but... Oh my god. I can't believe I'm about to do this. I hope she don't come in my stream.
Historically, we see that the stories and the experiences of Black people are often written by white people explaining what the Black experience is, and it was never accurate. Everyone...
Goddamn, what was that? Oh. Damn it. What happened? Oh, shit. See? I done scared myself. I thought that was my homie about to text me. Like, I see you showing that video. I told you not to show nobody that shit. This is gonna be so good though.
Patrick's Day Parade and the Italian Festival. I was there to have a good time and hang with friends and be part of the city. And for the most part, it was cool. But some people would be like, "But you're not Irish."
So when I talk about the Black Scranton Project, this is the Black. This is her. That's her entire idea, her entire concept. She has made this thing her fucking life's work. The Black Scranton Project is her baby, yo. And like I'm on the board, but I'm just trying to help her like visualize her dream, yo. And so anytime I talk about Black Scranton, like this is the face behind Black Scranton.
You're not Italian, like you won't appreciate it as much. And that to me just proved like we're not even being open to letting Black folks be comfortable in these spaces. We're not really residents. We're not really neighbors here. We're just people taking up space. And then we're also not allowed to have our own spaces to be comfortable in because we in our city has been the coolest thing, but we need to have a space that.
Yeah, y'all can't see the whole thing. This is like some really exclusive like shit we got going on right now. Oh, you see the Power Squad? You see your boy standing at the end looking like a fucking super soldier hero?
Static and cultural change is actually happening, and it shows that there are way more people in the community that want to create a better community versus the ones that are resistant. And cultural change.
All right. Yeah. Like I say though, man, some people talk about that shit. Some people be about that shit. Yo, my squad, yo, we about that shit, yo. About that. Yo, and we got that new merch. Got them new, yo, we got these black on black hoodies and sweatshirts. Until it get back warm again, yo, about to be on the come up. Got that new merch on deck, yo. Got the black on black Scranton. Rocking the new merch about to drop this weekend, yo. Got that sneak peek. That preview of that Black Scranton. Hey, let me know if y'all want to order something, yo. Support the movement. Black on black hoodies. Black on black sweatshirts. And them Jones like the good shit, yo. Like the material we got, yo, that's the good shit, yo. Let me see what he say about this George Carlin.
Mindset of livestock, and that's exactly what counting on. Let us step outside the matrix just for a second to indulge ourselves with some George Carlin. Life is Worth Losing, Dumb Americans by George Carlin. I know probably by now plenty of you have already seen this comedy show by him. I've only seen snippets and bits. This would be...
Yo, Life is Worth Losing. I got that shit on DVD. I got 2 George Carlin stand-ups on DVD. I got 2 Dave Chappelle stand-ups on DVD, and all the seasons of the Chappelle Show, even like the lost episodes from the season where he stopped filming. And I actually got a Jeff Foxworthy audio CD. That motherfucker kind of funny, yo. You might be a redneck if, yo. My sister always think there's something wrong with her. She thought she had a hernia or something.
And go look at the doctor. She had a milk dud stuck up there. Some shit that motherfucker used to say, man. Yeah, but they like for comedians, for me to like buy some shit to keep in my collection and hear the same jokes over and over and over, the same jokes. Yo, that shit gotta be hella funny, nigga. Shit get to be hella funny. And don't nothing get no funnier than Chappelle and George Carlin, yo. Well, I always say like the two greats were Richard Pryor and George Carlin, like one of the greatest black comedians ever, yo, Richard Pryor, and one of the greatest white comedians ever, goddamn George Carlin, yo. But since they dead and gone, now you got my favorite black comedian is Dave Chappelle, and my favorite white comedian is Bill Burr. Bill Burr funny than a motherfucker, yo. And he remind me of Carlin so much because that bitch gonna say all the shit, yo. And I ain't gonna lie, one of the main reasons I like motherfucking Burr because he talk shit about white people. It's very, very rare that comedians like, clown their own race like that. Especially white people. It was like, I ain't even know I was ashy. I had to have a white girl had the black girl tell him you ashy. I ain't ashy. Motherfucker ain't never used lotion. Yeah, that motherfucker funny as shit. But damn, young boy, you ain't never watched the whole fucking George Carlin stand up. You try snips and bits, man. That shit, you gotta just sit down and watch the whole fucking show.
I'm actually seeing, I guess, the full length, or at least this 2-minute version anyway. Based off of the small bits that I've seen, this is something that many people need to be paying attention to in our ever-present society that is only drawing further and further apart, which is what they want to happen. Let's hear what George Carlin has to say about why Americans are so stupid and why Americans are dumb. Because honestly, I happen to agree with that sentiment. I happen to agree with that very statement.
This is the one where he talks about turning America into a shopping mall so you can go there with your fanny packs and your credit cards and buy stuff.
But without further ado, let's get into this.
But say what you want about America, land of the free, home of the brave. We got some dumbass motherfuckers floating around this country. Dumbass motherfuckers. Yeah. Now, obviously, that doesn't include this audience. I understand that. You seem intelligent and perceptive, but the rest of them, holy jumping fucking shitballs. Dumber than a second coat of paint. Yeah. And this ain't just ranting and raving. This ain't just blowing off steam. I got a little evidence to support my claim.
Let's go.
It just seems to me, that only a really low IQ population could have taken this beautiful continent, this magnificent American landscape that we inherited. Well, actually, we stole it from the Mexicans and the Indians, but hey, it was nice when we stole it. It looked pretty good. It was pristine. Paradise. Have you seen it lately? Have you taken a good look at it lately? It's fucking embarrassing. Only a nation of unenlightened half-wits could have taken this beautiful place and turned it into what it is today, a shopping mall. A big fucking shopping mall. You know that? That's all you got. That's all you've got here, folks. Mile after mile of mall after mall. Many malls, and they got mini malls. They put the mini malls in between the major malls. And in between the mini malls, they put the mini marts. And in between the mini marts, you got the car lots, gas stations, muffler shops, laundromats, cheap hotels, fast food, strip clubs, and dirty bookstores. America the Beautiful, one big transcontinental commercial cesspool. And how do the people feel about all this? How do the people feel about living in a coast-to-coast shopping mall? Well, they think it's just fucking dandy. They think it is cool as can be, because Americans love the mall. They love the mall. That's where they get to satisfy their two most prominent addictions at the same time: shopping and eating. Millions of semi-conscious Americans, day after day, shuffling through the malls, shopping and eating, especially eating. Americans love to eat. They are fatally attracted to the slow death of fast food. hot dogs, corn dogs, triple bacon cheeseburgers, deep fried butter dipped in pork fat and cheese whiz, mayonnaise, soaked barbecue, mozzarella, patty melts. Americans will eat anything, anything, anything. If you were selling sauteed raccoons' assholes on a stick, Americans would buy them and eat them. Especially if you dipped them in butter and put a little salsa on them.
Get some salsa.
This country is big time, big time. Forget the bald eagle. You know what the national emblem of this country ought to be? A big bowl of macaroni and cheese. A big bowl, because everything in this country is king size. King size, extra large, and super jumbo. Especially the fucking people. Have you seen some of the people in this country? Have you taken a good look at some of these big fat motherfuckers walking around? Big fat motherfuckers. Oh my God. Huge piles of redundant protoplasm lumbering through the walls like a fleet of interstate buses. The people in this country are immense, massive bellies, monstrous thighs, and big fat fucking asses. And if you stand there for a minute and you look at one of them, you begin to wonder, how does this woman take a shit? How does she shit? And even more frightening, how does she wipe her ass? Can she even locate her asshole?
I mean, hey.
She must require assistance. Are paramedics trained in this field? And standing right next to her, of course, with a plate full of nachos and a mouthful of pie is her clueless fucking husband, Joe Sixpack. With his monstrous swollen beer belly hanging dangerously out over his belt buckle, this guy ain't seen his dick since the Nixon administration. And if you stand there and you look at the two of them, you begin to wonder to yourself, do these people fuck? Is this man actually capable of fucking this woman? It doesn't seem structurally possible that these two people could achieve penetration.
Damn.
Maybe they're in that Cirque du Soleil or something. Telling you, the people in this country, every one of them is 50 pounds overweight. They are gargantuan. And in the summertime, God help us, in the summertime, they all want to wear short pants. Jesus, Lord, protector of all that is good and holy, deliver me from fat people in short pants. They all got short pants, big bellies, fat thighs, and dumb kids. Short pants, big bellies, fat thighs, and dumb kids.
The thing about the obesity in America is that it's promoted. It's so that they could also put forth dietary plans and make money off of it too. It's like the same people who are feeding you, the same people who are making you fat, the same people who are giving you all of these physical ailments and problems because of the fast food, which by the way has chemicals in it. They're the same people that are going to prescribe the medicine. They're the same people that are going to prescribe the pill. You know, the money is right in the middle. You know, you can't make money off of really healthy people and you can't make money off of dead people. So the money is right in the middle. If you're going to get them sick, you got to also have the medicine to prescribe to them to also make them healthy again. And that's exactly what they want. It's like a vicious cycle. You know, you get the people fat, you get the people sick off of these foreign chemicals that aren't supposed to be in the food. The next thing you know, people are just sitting right in the middle. You got to keep them coming back for more so they can keep making money off of the pharmaceutical companies and all these other, you know, dietary companies. I'm not saying all of them mean ill, but I'm just saying that you got to keep them coming back. So that's where I stand as far as, you know, American obesity and that thing.
One of them's got two dumbass kids with them. And the whole family is wearing t-shirts. And every one of them's got the same t-shirt. I'm with stupid. Apparently in this country, the stupids are an extended family. And besides wearing them t-shirts, everyone in the family's got on a backpack. They got a backpack strapped to their back so they can carry around lots of stupid shit. And the reason they got to carry their stupid shit strapped to their backs is because their hands must remain free at all times to hold food. And to get that food up to the mouth where it gets shoveled in with all the rest of the disgusting shit they ate that day. And another reason for the backpacks is these people are going to buy even more stupid shit. They ain't got enough stupid shit at home. They just had a stupid shit sale. They ain't going to buy more. They're going to go out in the parking lot and stuff this stuff into the big, fat, ugly, oversized SUV that's got plenty of room in it. Plenty of room in it for stupid shit and lots of room left over for these big, fat, ugly motherfuckers to get them home. Stopping, of course, for jelly roll and fried dough. These people These people are efficient, professional, compulsive consumers. It's their civic duty. Consumption. It's the new national pastime. Fuck baseball. It's consumption. The only true, lasting American value that's left, buying things. Buying things. People spending money they don't have on things they don't need. Money they don't have on things they don't need. So they can max out their credit cards and spend the rest of their lives paying 18% interest on something that costs $12.50. And they didn't like it when they got it home anyway. Not too bright, folks. Not too fucking bright. But if you talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them, you sit them down rationally, and you talk to them about the low IQs and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions, right away they start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education. They say we need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms, more schools. We need more testing for the kids. You say to them, well, you know, we've tried all that, and the kids still can't pass the test. You say, oh, don't you worry about that. We're going to lower the passing grades. And that's what they do in a lot of these schools now. They lower the passing grades so more kids can pass. More kids pass, the school looks good, everybody's happy, the IQ of the country slips another 2 or 3 points, and pretty soon all you'll need to get into college is a fucking pencil. Got a pencil? Get the fuck in there, it's physics. Then everyone wonders why 17 other countries graduate more scientists than we do. Education. Politicians know that word, they use it on you. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind 3 things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago we were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. By the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people. White collar, blue collar. What kind of shirt you got on? Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all.
They don't care about you at all.
Nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on. The fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big white and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream. You'd have to be asleep to believe it.
It's the fact that they count on the ignorance of the American people. It's even the fact that they count on the ignorance of the rest of the world, that people will not think critically about how much they're being screwed by the powers that be. And that's what I've been trying to spell out for the people who watch this channel. And that's what I've been trying to spell out even before I made this channel to other people. Does it really matter whether you're Democratic or Republican? What about the 1%? What about the Rockefellers? What about the Rothschilds? What about Sinclair? What about DuPont? What about these high, rich, and royal families whose lineages extend all the way back to medieval times and even before then? Do you really think that your democracy is a democracy? Do you really think that people elected care about you? What about the people that are elected? What about your president, right? What about Trump, or what about the ones that came before Trump? Are you even aware that every single president except for Martin Van Buren are related? And are you aware that all these presidents that are related go back to one man, King John Lackland, who signed the Magna Carta? So you want to talk about election, sounds more like selection.
Even Obama. And that's why he comes from that mixed lineage. Like, there's something really rigged about the United States presidency. How can you trace all these motherfuckers back to the same ancestor? They're all cousins, like 8-10 times removed. Some of them closer, some of them a little further. But all of them have the same lineage to this fucking English king, yo. Like you say, signed the Magna Carta, yo. All these motherfuckers. Barack included, yo. I forgot who I heard that shit from first, yo. I think Jordan Maxwell said that shit. Yeah, and I said, I even said that shit in the song, yo. I said, Bush is a lizard, just look at his skin. And 33 presidents are next of his kin. Next of kin? Relations. 33 other presidents have relations, have family relations with fucking, at the time it was George Bush. And that's when I learned that shit. Like, back then I was like, oh shit, all of them come from the same family? Oh hell, how is that even possible? Bush is a lizard, just look at his skin. And 33 presidents next of his kin. If we don't do it now, then it's never gonna end.
Matter. Please drop your political identity. But this is exactly what they're counting on. From the minute you come out the womb, and from the minute you learn how to talk and walk, and from the minute you learn how to do the most basic of human functions, they already got you subconsciously through, like what he was saying, the consumerism. You, everywhere you look, buy, spend and spend, eat. We have the mindset of livestock. And that's exactly what they're counting on. You have the mindset of livestock. In livestock, they are within inside a pen, they're within inside a barn. And that barn, they don't want you to think outside of what you are already put in. So how about it?
I noticed that with most people. I mean, I wouldn't say livestock, but like the consumer mentality, that shit is super real, yo. Like, and I like having new, nice shit, but I don't know, I just can't consume so much, yo. And that's like everything I own. I'm not gonna use like credit and live outside my means and then have to make payments on some shit that feels like mine but really isn't mine. Like, fuck all that shit, yo. I can't just consume. Like, some people just like, I don't know. I got people like that in my family, yo. Motherfucker just gotta buy every fucking thing, yo. It's just like my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, but most consumers don't produce shit either. They just worrying about buying shit. I'm too worried about making some shit, man. I need to make some more paintings. I need to make some more business on my brush holders. I gotta make shit, man. I ain't got time to be consuming shit. But damn, Oh, on that goddamn what you call it app too, yo. That Clubhouse app, yo. I made some sales off of that shit for my brush off. Ooh, damn. All right, I'm about to pull the camera back, eat real quick. Almost got these pants filled in though. Damn, just a little bit more. Thank you, baby. I guess. That's ass food.
It's too much.
No.
Whenever you don't eat, just. Well, you can save them pancakes.
Thank you. All right.
Do you really think your vote matters? Do you really think that it all counts at the end of the day? Unfortunately, it's not going to get any better from here. You guys, a lot of people don't have any idea what's coming in the future. It's all a stage, people. The media fanning the flames, as Paul Harvey said. The same people who own the media, the same people who own the Democratic Party, the same people who own the Republican Party, they're the same people. So how is that democracy? How is that freedom? It's the illusion of freedom. You're only thinking from within a certain perspective. The perspective that it's the perspective that they're counting on that until the days of your death. This isn't about conspiracy. A lot of people like to say, well, you know, your videos are starting to sound more conspiratorial. There's no such thing as conspiracy theories. It's either the truth or it's not the truth. By the way, not to mention that the term conspiracy theory is actually brought about by the CIA, that term alone. And I said it in my conspiracy series video. The term conspiracy theory was actually made by the CIA to label anybody who questioned the actions of the government during the JFK assassination. So you want to talk about what a conspiracy theory is? Why don't you look at the roots of where that word really even comes from? You don't have to look too far. The best way to hide the truth is when it's right in your face. They leave their mark to let you know who's in control. This simulation that we're running, this simulation called America, we must have labels within this simulation. Put the people who support this as Democrats, beat the people who support this as Republicans. What about the people who know the truth? What about them? How should we program them into the simulation? Put them as conspiracy theorists. We'll put these black boxes in front of them. We'll tell our vision. Oh, we'll tell a vision. So we can channel our programming to them, into their subconscious. I think it's very, very frustrating, no matter how much you say, no matter how much truth, no matter how much factual evidence you can give people about who really runs this world, not just the country, but the world, they will still have something to say about how it's the liberals' fault, how the Republicans, and just your guys' arguments about that only proves my point. Even on after this video, I'm sure many, many people will say the same thing. What is the end game of all this, you say? Well, it's on the back of your dollar bill. They are striving for a new world order, a one-world government where the rule of law falls under one man. You guys don't believe me? They said it themselves. You think it's conspiracy? Okay. Go ahead. Believe what they want you to believe. The world is a hen. Humanity, cap. This is the conversation, and I'll see you in the next video.
I do videos simple as shit. Yo, he's just reacting. He'll watch a whole video and then give like an 8-minute reaction to those videos. Like, man, you make money out there. I can do that shit. I mean, it's nicely put together, but you ain't say shit I don't know, nigga. I guess since he's younger, he's reaching a younger audience and trying to help wake his peer group up. That's cool. That's cool, bro. I don't see how motherfucking videos getting so many hits though, like nigga. That shit was basic as some basic ass fucking shit you just said. Off of somebody else's fucking video. It's all good though. I'll figure this shit out sooner or later. Sooner or later. Sooner or later. Sooner or later. What up, what up, what up, what up? Hey, I got breakfast for dinner. Cause nobody thawed the chicken out. I was supposed to. Anyway, I don't want chicken anyhow. So now, and this is like some lamb gyros going to like there is this really good Turkish restaurant, and they got that Turkish coffee. Oh my god, and their food is good. I just don't like lamb gyros, So I was just like, breakfast for dinner. Breakfast for dinner. I mean, it's dinner for dinner. No matter what you're eating, it's still dinner. So I'm like, I don't know, breakfast foods. Mm. 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 All right. So now what? I got some juice. I got some water right there. Let's turn on Clubhouse. Then I got 5 Clubhouse notifications. Oh yeah. Yo, Black Scrand merch. Yeah, that shit about to be too lit. They're about to make. Yo, the last time we had a merch sale was at our Juneteenth event. Yo, we guapped at that shit so hard, yo. Everybody wanted our merch, right? We sold out of everything. We spent like, it don't matter what we spent. We quadrupled our money. But that because a lot of people been extra nice, yo. Like, we were selling some shit for like $5, $5 items, $10 items, $15 items, $20 and $25 items. So everybody, and we had some free shit too. Or was it free? It started out free, but then we was like, no, it'll go too fast. So it was like some $1 items, like little magnets. No, the magnets were $3. We had some $1 stickers. I think they were like little stickers, were the cheapest thing. Then we had magnets. Then we had like handkerchiefs. We had face masks, t-shirts, posters. But we sold all that shit. But the thing, how we made so much extra money was like, people buy a poster for $10 and give us a $20 bill. Like, oh no, just keep it as, donations or whatever. Yo, motherfucker just leaving all kind of money, yo. One dude bill was like, I don't even think it was $70. It was like close to $70 or something. He gave a $100 bill and just like, I'll keep it. I'm like, all right. Man, we were racking up that day, yo. Everybody want to show their support. Giving up their anti-racist dollars. I like that. You want to pay me extra money to prove to me you not racist and you support Black Scranton? Hey, bring that shit on, man. Bring it on. I appreciate it. We're going to use this towards a good cause. Now this Saturday, I think I was supposed to write something to say. Damn. Oh no, I might not do that. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous. But anyway, this Saturday, at our flag raising ceremony, they got me listed as the flag raiser, yo. I feel kind of proud. You know what I'm saying? That means I'm gonna be the one who pulled the flag up the pole for Black History Month. Let everybody know, yo, we here. Y'all see that? Y'all see that flag flying? That mean we here. So when you see us, acknowledge that shit. And don't treat me no different than you treat Irish people, or Italian people, or the Greek people. Cause we watching. But see, the only reason our organization is getting respect, because we building shit. She created something herself, got a team to help her build that shit up, and the community is fueling that shit. Once you build some shit up by yourself and get that shit working and functioning by yourself, that's when motherfuckers respect you and want to work with you. And that's the only problem with the whole black community. If Black America as a whole just work together and build our own self up, then everybody will respect us better, because honestly, we can say, fuck you, I don't need you. Because every house on my block is owned by a black person, a black family. And we voted in a black chief of police. And we voted in a black mayor. And I'm on the city council. And once you build situations like that, then you shouldn't have to worry about too much. That's what we aiming for. Because I just got offered a position at this organization. I don't really think they know what they about to get into. Because I thought they wanted me to be a part of like some youth programs. Dude was like, nah. The people who run the youth programs, he wants me to train those people on how to work within certain demographics a little better. And he mentioned that talking about city and county jobs, like all the jobs in one county are held by all white people. Like no black people has a county job. You know how many people work for the fucking county? That shit got to change. And they want me to be a moving factor in how we can bring about this change. Oh, you about to shake some shit up. And it's about damn time. That's all I got to say. It's about damn time. And once again, like, that shit just came to me. I ain't go looking for these motherfuckers or none of that shit. That shit came to me. That's how I know I'm on the right path. Whatever I be doing, I'm just keep doing that shit. The motherfuckers starting to recognize. I can't wait to get up in here for somebody to say something like, see? That's that racist shit right there. You see, everybody, look. That's the racist shit I'm trying to tell y'all about. I can't wait for that moment. But my job One program director at my job, she is really trying to get me on her team. And if I do get on her team, I'll be working with the juveniles at county, yo. That's my real passion right there. Keep these little motherfuckers off the street. Like out of trouble. Alright, young boy. You in jail. Do you like it? Nah, you don't like it, do you? You know how? You know how I know you don't like it? Because I've been in jail. And I didn't like it. So now look here, young boy. You got two options. You can either break this cycle now. You see that old dude over there? The dude with the gray hair? Are you gonna be just like that? Old as fuck. Still in here. And I don't see no women in here. That's how you want your life to go? Alright. Let's see what kind of skills and gifts you have, so we can figure out a way that when you do get out of here, that you don't have to land back in here again. And the time you have in here, you need to acquire some new skills to make yourself more marketable when you do get out of this bitch. And see, this the whole spill I'm gonna get to them motherfuckers, yo. And then do some art therapy with them. Draw a picture, nigga. It'll make you feel better and shit like that. You know, put a smiley face on it. I'm gonna go in there smelling like weed. Smell like weed, don't it? That shit make you mad, don't it? I bet it do. You know why? Cause you in jail. Once you get out, don't come back to this place, bruh. Ain't nothing going on in here except COVID. And you know what? It's hard to social distance in prison. You might catch COVID and die. You know? All the motherfuckers gotta realize is whatever they good at, utilize that shit, yo. You talk to each individual person and figure out what they good at or what they like to do. You gotta have some kind of focus in life. I know that shit be hard. I mean, I was already out there. I know how this shit be. Shit, my mama was a crackhead, man, foster care, all that shit. I know that shit hard, bro. And I done been in that shit too, but so sooner or later you're gonna have to just make that decision and like, I gotta change. And sometimes all it really does take is the right mentor, the right person to fucking try to connect with you on your own level, yo. But am I rambling? I'm rambling while I'm eating my pancakes. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I got bread and eggs. So I get this position with the prison youth program, and then I get this other position at this other organization. I ain't even quite sure. Yo, some of y'all was actually, I had that video call on the live stream. I forgot what organization he said he worked for. Either way, he said towards the end of the month, him and his group are gonna have a meeting, and he wants me to participate in that. So I'm probably gonna be the only black person in that shit. But that's the problem we're trying to solve, where there's more black people actively trying to get into positions of power to be player in how our local government and cities are run. So, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like, I don't know. I keep playing with the idea of getting on city council, but man, you gotta run for that shit, and you gotta campaign and talk to people. I just feel like I should be an honorary council member because I don't feel like running and campaigning and giving speeches. I just want to hear what y'all say. That sounds like some bullshit. How much money y'all about to spend on what? On new cop cars? Whoa. Is that in the budget? Man, these cops, my nigga, they drive around in 2016s. What you need a newer car for? Man, them cop cars good. That shit only got goddamn 100,000 miles on it. Keep it for another 100,000. Let's cut that out the budget. Put that money towards the youth center. See, I need to be on the city council for shit like that so I can watch how they spend this goddamn money. Y'all about to do what? Pave a road where? That road was paved 2 summers ago. Come pave the south side of town. Y'all ain't paved that road down there in 8 years. It's been 8 years. Oh, we did some work. You patched it. You patched potholes over and over and over again instead of redoing the road. So let's go do that. Take that off the agenda. See, I need to be on city council for shit like that. Get shit done. Stop trying to play us, man. I pay too much damn taxes in this city. They have potholes on my street. You gonna tell me all these dollars I give y'all and then the city roads gonna fuck up the shocks and struts on my goddamn car? We ain't about to have that. And I pay school taxes. I need to see the graduation rate for high schools around here. I pay a lot in school taxes. And I don't got no kids that go to school around here. That's what be killing me. So now, all your school taxes. Y'all motherfuckers need to have a 98.9% graduation rate or something. That shit gotta be damn near 100%. If 100 kids are able to graduate, there only better be 1 or 2 that don't graduate for some odd ass reason. I pay too much money in taxes. If everybody else paying as much school taxes as I'm paying, man, these kids better have the best of every damn thing.
Last one starting bid is only $65 for the fellow nerds out there or the fellow lovers. Forget the nerds. 7x9 ink on paper titled I Know. If you are interested, go ahead and raise those hands. If you know someone else, ping them into the room. Otherwise, please go ahead and DM Elisa, okay? So we give it another 15 seconds, and then we're gonna move on to Mrs. Ellen.
Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it.
No problem. And again, if you guys know Anyone would love to moderate, or if you're ever interested, you are definitely open. Just go to the IG Clubhouse Art Auction. That's the handle, Clubhouse Art Auction. All right, Alyssa, thanks so much for joining today. Ale, welcome.
Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to show you 3 pieces. The first one is a piece called The Way You Speak to Yourself Matters. It's made on a paper with Poscas. This piece means a lot to me because it's like those voices in our heads that say like a lot of bad things about ourselves, you know. And the writing colors means like, even if like sometimes most of the people imagine them as a dark place, a dark thing to talk, but I'm trying to like don't be scared of talk about it, and they're also like cute, you know, in some way, because they are keeping ourselves and they just need some love. So yeah, that's the first piece. It's 16 by 12. It's $150. It includes the frame and the shipping.
All right, thank you so much. Are you showing any other pieces today?
Yeah, I'm actually showing like the next 2 are clothes that I paint. Wait, I'm going to arrange my profile.
She PTRs. You guys go ahead and check our Instagram. This first piece again is a 12 by 16. Includes the frame and shipping, and is only $150 the starting bid.
Okay, this next piece is a hoodie. It's called Bad. I painted inspired by the singer Bad Bunny. I like to paint clothes. That's a hobby. I like to make clothing, and this is one of the pieces I like to call them like art. Yeah, this is the second one. It's $70 and plus shipping. The third one is this one. Wait. Okay, there you go.
Ale, is that one, the second one, original piece as well?
Yeah, it's original, totally original. I made it myself, and there's just only one of them. Like, yeah, the next one, it's also an original. I made it myself. I sewed the thing, I painted, I did all of it. And this hoodie is called Ruby. I take inspiration from like that 70s show, and just the vibes, not really the style, the vibes. And yeah, this is also $70 and plus shipping. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
How much is that hoodie and what size is it?
Sorry?
How much is the hoodie and what size is it?
It's $70 and it's medium size.
To do a large, could you do a sweatshirt? The same thing?
Yeah, sure, I could do it like bigger.
Okay, yeah, I have your Instagram, so I'll DM you.
Yeah, sure, thanks.
And there you have it, going down in the DMs. Welcome, thanks James, thanks. Okay. Any other bidders? Again, 3 pieces just featured by Ale Garcia. First piece, The Way You Speak to Yourself Matters, 12 by 16, $150 starting bid, and includes the frame and shipping. Second piece was a hoodie called Ruby, $70, shipping is additional. And the last piece she can do customize. This is a medium size called Bad, $70 for the USD, and shipping is additional. Ale, thank you for joining the stage.
Yeah, thank you for giving me this opportunity a lot. Thank you.
Welcome. All right, Simone, welcome, girl.
Hey! Shout out to all my arts friends up here on the stage.
there. Super, super inspiring. And just really getting a chance to talk about our art. So I love it. Love this room. Thank you, Dominique, for having this like evening situation. Like that's really cool. So yeah, that happened. And that happened on this lovely Thursday, Friday Eve. So I'm excited. So I figured I might as well go ahead and show 3 pieces this evening. And the first one is the piece that is in my Clubhouse picture, which is called The Rat Life. This is an original painting, one of a kind, and it includes fabric that I got while I was in Togo. I was kind of exploring my roots that are West African roots, and really wanted to just create a whole collection surrounding that. So a lot of the pieces that I'm showing this evening will be from that. I call it the Motherland Collection. I recently had an art show featuring all of these pieces. So this was the first of that collection. It's an oil painting and with the adhered African fabric sourced from Togo specifically. So yeah, I love that piece. 16 by 20. The starting bid is $490. And you know, if you have any questions, feel free, DM me, all of those good things. You can also see a better picture of the full piece on my Instagram in my stories, and as well on my website underneath the Motherland Art Collection. So amazing, amazing. Thank you. Now, is this the original? Yes, that is the original, and it's only one. I'm not going to be making any prints or anything with that one. It's the first one of the collection. I normally keep my first pieces like as one of one. Oh wow, okay. You guys,
Let me not talk shit about nothing.
And the mindset livestock, and that's exactly what they're putting on.
I was in Togo, 2019. We often visit like every 2 years because a lot of our family is still there. Just like seeing the women in the streets, like it doesn't matter. Like they always just like wearing and being wrapped up in this cloth that I just thought was so beautiful. So I immediately went to the market like yesterday, like harassed my husband to take me like take to the market, take to the market. I'll get on this security moto. We're gonna go. So if you're gonna come with me, it just was something that I felt like I had to create and put on a canvas. So.
Thank you so much. Simone has some amazing work on her profile, you guys. If you haven't been, go ahead and stalk away. Very cool personality. The work shines through. So, next up, what's that one?
Okay, so this is from that same collection. It's called Femme de Bleu. And again, just seeing the different women on the street and being able to like see
57,
it, like
58, 59, 60. That's 4 minutes.
55. It's great to be here and stand alongside our most recent senior diplomat, Secretary Tony Blinken. Mr. Secretary, thank you for welcoming us today. We worked together for over 20 years. Your diplomatic skills are respected equally by your friends and our competitors around the world. And they know when you speak for me. And so is the message I want the world to hear today. America is back. America is back. Diplomacy is back at the center of our foreign policy. As I said in my inaugural address, we will repair our alliances, engage with the world once again, not to meet yesterday's challenges, but today's and tomorrow's. American leadership must meet this new moment of advancing authoritarianism, including the growing ambitions of China to rival the United States and the determination of Russia to damage and disrupt our democracy. We must meet the new moment, accelerating global challenges, from the pandemic to the climate crisis to nuclear proliferation, challenging the will only to be solved by nations working together and in common. We can't do it alone. That must be we must start with diplomacy, rooted in America's most cherished democratic values, defending freedom, championing opportunity, upholding universal rights, respecting the rule of law, and treating every person with dignity. That's the grounding wire of our global policy, our global power. That's our inexhaustible source of strength.
Our global
That's
power.
America's abiding advantage. Though many of these values have come under intense pressure in recent years, even pushed to the brink in the last few weeks, the American people are going to emerge from this moment stronger, more determined, and better equipped to unite the world in fighting to defend democracy, because we have fought for it ourselves. Over the past few days, we've been in close cooperation with our allies and partners to bring together the international community to address the military coup in Burma. I've also been in touch with Leader McConnell to discuss our shared concerns about the situation in Burma, and we are united in our resolve. There can be no doubt, in a democracy, force should never seek to overrule the will of the people or attempt to erase the outcome of a credible election. The Burmese military should relinquish power they have seized, release the advocates and activists and officials they have detained, lift the restrictions on telecommunications, and refrain from violence. As I said earlier this week, we will work with our partners to support restoration of democracy and the rule of law and impose consequences on those responsible. Over the past...
Trump said no new wars, my nigga. What you doing? What are you doing, bro? You gotta start another war. Shit, haven't had a good one in a minute, yo. So we about to what? About to go to war with who? What? Oh my god damn. God damn it, man. You know? It's about to be that bullshit.
I've spoken with the leaders of many of our closest friends: Canada, Mexico, the UK, Germany, France, NATO, Japan, South Korea, Australia, to reforming the habits of cooperation and rebuilding the muscle of democratic alliances that have atrophied over the past few years of neglect and, I would argue, abuse. America and alliances are our greatest asset. And leading with diplomacy means standing shoulder to shoulder with our allies and key partners once again. By leading with diplomacy, we must also mean engaging our adversaries and our competitors diplomatically, where it's in our interest, and advance the security of the American people. That's why yesterday the United States and Russia agreed to extend the New START treaty for 5 years to preserve the only remaining treaty between our countries safeguarding nuclear stability. At the same time, I made it clear to President Putin, in a manner very different from my predecessor, that the days of the United States rolling over in the face of Russia's aggressive actions, interfering with our elections, cyber attacks, poisoning its citizens, are over. We will not hesitate to raise the cost on Russia and defend our vital interest and our people. And we will be more effective in dealing with Russia when we work in coalition and coordination with other like-minded partners. The politically motivated jailing of Alexei Navalny and the Russian efforts to suppress freedom of expression and peaceful assembly are a matter of deep concern to us and the international community. Mr. Navalny, like all Russian citizens, is entitled to his rights under the Russian Constitution. He's been targeted for exposing corruption. He should be released immediately and without condition. We'll also take on directly the challenges posed.
Why are you worrying about what they're doing? What about Snowden? Why don't you give Snowden a fucking pardon? Because that's all he did, right? He got inside the government and gave out information, tell motherfucker what the truth was. This bitch had to go run to Russia. So y'all don't fucking lock him the fuck up, try to kill him and all kind of shit. But now you telling Russia to do some shit that you can't even do your damn self. Oh my God. Some motherfucking hypocrites, bro.
Our prosperity, security, and democratic values by our most serious competitor, China, will economic abuses, counter its aggressive, coercive action to push back on China's attack on human rights, intellectual property, and global governance.
Yeah, that motherfucker is slurred as shit, man. Man, this motherfucker too old to be president, bro. This guy is way past his prime. And then the first thing you talking about getting into wars and all kind of shit, and go back to threatening Russia. But I thought all the elections were fair and square, but then you come in saying, oh, Russia don't manipulate our voting shit. Oh my God, what is it? The Democrats are just fucking weird as shit, yeah. Y'all elect this old ass fucking fossil. This bitch like 90,000 years old, bro. Of course his goddamn speech gonna be slurred. He got wood teeth. But this who y'all wanted. Okay. Yeah, whatever, man. I'm so over this shit, bro. I can't just Biden, Camilla. Oh yay, Camilla. This motherfucker about to go back to war. And threaten Russia off the rip. At least Trump waited a little while before he killed Soleimani. You know what I'm saying? He waited, gave it some time. Drone strike that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That was one person, man. It ain't like he try to start a full-out war. Anyway. But Biden gonna get us in war with Russia, show his shit.
But we're ready to work with Beijing when it's in America's interest to do so. We will compete from a position of strength by building back better at home, working with our allies and partners, renewing our role in international institutions, and reclaiming our credibility and moral authority.
Get it right, Biden.
Much of which has been lost. That's why we moved quickly to begin restoring American engagement internationally and earn back our leadership position, to catalyze global action on shared challenges. On day one, I signed the paperwork to rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement. We're taking steps by the example of integrating climate objectives across all of our diplomacy and raising the ambition of our climate targets. That way we can challenge other nations, other major emitters, up the ante on their own commitments. I'll be hosting a Climate Leaders Summit to address the climate crisis on Earth Day of this year. America must lead in the face of this existential threat. And just as with the pandemic, it requires global cooperation.
There you go, global.
We've also re-engaged with the World Health Organization. That way we can build better global preparedness to counter COVID-19, as well as detect and prevent future pandemics, because there will be more. We've elevated the status of cyber issues within our government, including appointing the first Deputy National Security Advisor for Cyber and Emerging Technology. We're launching an urgent initiative to improve our capability, readiness, and resilience in cyberspace. Today, I'm announcing additional steps to course correct our foreign policy and better unite our democratic values with our diplomatic leadership. To begin, Defense Secretary Austin will be leading a global posture review of our forces so that our military footprint is appropriately aligned with our foreign policy and national security priorities.
Means he's never
pulling troops home. It will be coordinated across all elements of our national security, with Secretary Austin and Secretary Blinken working in close cooperation. And while this review is taking place, we'll be stopping any planned troop withdrawals from Germany. We're also stepping up our diplomacy to end the war in Yemen, a war which has created a humanitarian and strategic catastrophe. I've asked my Middle East team to ensure our support for the United Nations-led initiative to impose a ceasefire, open humanitarian challenge, and restore long dormant peace talks. This morning, Secretary Blinken appointed Tim Lenderking, a career foreign policy officer, as our special envoy to the Yemen conflict, and I appreciate him doing this. Tim has lifelong experience in the region, and he'll work with the UN envoy and all parties of the conflict to push for a diplomatic resolution. And Tim's diplomacy will be bolstered by USAID, working to ensure that humanitarian aid is reaching the Yemeni people who are suffering
Trump got the bad rap
and unendurable.
Trump was cool with everybody, and everybody was cool with Trump until he became the president. Then all of a sudden, he's like this dickhead douchebag person that everybody fucking hates for reasons unknown. Oh, he's racist. Is he really? I don't know. Maybe he is racist, but he does the job as a president. You know. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna break right there. I got one more day of work tomorrow. Oh my God. So. After work, I'll be back in here hitting this underpainting nice and hard to work my way through the background now. Everything in the foreground is filled in. work my way through the background, and then I'll jump back on these other paintings. I really gotta make some time to get back to my shit. Man, Saturday, I ain't gonna lie to you, I might have to paint literally all fucking day. I know like last week or the week before, I did like a 6-hour, almost 7-hour stream. I might be in here like that again this fucking Saturday, man. Be in this probably longer. Be in the bit for 10 hours. Trying to get all this goddamn painting done. I can't complain. That's what I've been asking for though. I'm so busy. If I stayed this busy all the time, I could quit my job. But that's the only thing, man. This shit be coming in spurts. It be coming in little spurts and shit. So I gotta maintain that faithful income. Because I know if I go to work, I'll get paid. Man, I mean, with this shit though, man, you can put an ass of work in and sometimes still not get paid. Burma got borders to China. I'm just saying. USA cat to save a I bet. Yo, there's always, like he said, American interests. We'll do everything we can to protect our American interests abroad. And we're not gonna pull our troops out of Germany and like, we get it, bro. You're gonna be a war president, like Bush. We get it. Okay, you're with the shits, my nigga. You just threatened Putin, and we know you're with the shits. All right, and you're gonna try to get a strategic hold on China border countries and shit. We get it, bro. Yep. And he want in. This motherfucker, man. You know what to tell the American public? What you tell them is, we gotta stop that war in Burma. We got to. And defend democracy. That's what you tell the people, man. You gotta defend democracy. He said, talk to me. I ain't been around for a minute. Africa ain't worried about what's going on in America. You crazy. Africa got their own problems. They just elected, South Africa just elected some Chinese lady to one of their highest positions, man. Yo, China about to take over everything, nigga. China taking over everything. In the next 100 years, China gonna own Africa. If the Africans don't get their shit together, the Africans trying to beat all the Europeans out, and slowly all the Chinamen moving right in that bitch, yo. Chilling, bro. Chilling. I've been good. My leg healed up. I'm back walking and back at work. Got a bunch of goddamn commissions I'm working on. I got a show coming up this springtime. I got an art show coming up this spring. And I got some shit coming up this weekend too. And they ain't want that shit, yo. You know why? You know why we ain't want that shit? Cause Russia got the biggest nuclear stockpile, and China got the most people. But that's the thing too. Russia be backing a lot of the Middle Eastern countries too, man. Syria backed by Russia. Or it's Lebanon. One of them motherfuckers, man, yo, Russia got friends in the Middle East and everywhere. Hey, y'all ain't want it, man. Hey, they ain't want it with that. The U.S. and NATO forces going up against the Russians, them desert people, and all them Chinese motherfuckers. Man, we in for it, man. Oh yeah, that's the worst that can happen. But trust me, it just, I mean, it'll be the UN. Like you said, UN, NATO, and the US against Russia, China, and the Middle East. But see, that's the thing though, how close Russia and China is. Russia isn't China, basically, or Asia rather. Russians are Asians, just demographically speaking. They're in fucking Asia. And so, if they can just keep American interests out of fucking Asia in general, and then keep making more allies in the Middle East and taking over Africa, then the Americas, North America, Central America, and South America are over here. And then you got Asia, Europe, Middle East, and Africa on this side. They won't need to cross the oceans. China just run all of that shit and just say, fuck you, America. We ain't got to go to war with you. We'll just squeeze you out economically. We'll just squeeze you out economically. But if y'all want to go to blows, then you got Big Brother Russia, the bear with all the fucking nukes. And then you have 500 billion goddamn Chinese man parachuting into every goddamn major city. Yeah, it's too many of them, man. Biden better watch what the fuck you doing, yo, because this shit about to be crazy. About to get us in some shit. Motherfucker about to get us in some shit. China ain't playing no dirty game. China just got cheap labor. Now if that's how they want to run their country and pay all these factory workers bullshit and child whatever, man. Hey, that's how they do it in their country. But all they doing is, once again, making good products and selling them shits to everybody around the world. I mean, you ain't got to buy shit made in China if you ain't want to. But will you? No, because that Chinese shit cheap. Everything made in China cheap as shit. Made in China. Says it right there. Hey, once again, yo, that's how they run their system. You know what I'm saying? Just be happy you weren't born Chinese, nigga. Because if the corporations wouldn't get their vote first, that's wild. Anyway, peace. Catch y'all next time.